Good evening. 2 people died in a light plane crash in suburban Sydney this morning, but it could have been so many more. Seconds after making a chilling distress call, the pilot crashed onto a street right by a school.
This should have been a routine medical transport flight to Brisbane, but the engine faltered straight after takeoff, the Piper Mojave spiralling down less than 10 kilometres after leaving Bankstown Airport.
It was doing the best he could, but the plane was just out of control, mate.
Air traffic control transmissions captured the pilot's anxiety.
We've got no height here, sorry, I got whiskey.
I got whiskey, is there? There's no main roadways in your vicinity?
No, sir, sorry. We have to put it down the road, but I got whiskey.
I got whiskey, what about the raceway?
No, I can't see that, sorry, but I got whiskey.
I got whiskey will be off to your right about your 2 o'clock.
The plane tore through power lines and 2 telegraph poles on busy Canley Vale Road, setting lawns and parked cars alight. Pilot Andrew Wilson and his passenger, a nurse and mother of 4, were killed on impact. The plane came down right outside a school minutes before students were due to arrive.
Mate, as soon as I seen him go on an angle and it was higher than that tree, I knew that was it. Like it was going to hit. Like engine failed, you could hear it, the engine was failing.
A man driving his 3 sons to school steered out of the way as the plane came at him head-on.
My dad was driving and it came face to face.
The news devastated the man who taught Andrew Wilson to fly.
No, you rack your brains trying to think, what do I taught him? What didn't I teach him?
He says Andrew was a meticulous pilot who would have fought to save his passenger and those on the ground.
You know, there are situations where the best pilot in the world's not going to be able to handle it. And maybe that was one of those occasions.
Dean Felton, 7 News.
More than 600 trade unionists were out in force today, taking part in one of Adelaide's biggest political rallies in years. They were supporting a local construction worker who's facing jail under a controversial industrial law.
Dozens of unions were represented, even members of rival bikie gangs were united. Union leader Martin O'Malley brought a historical perspective.
Back in the 1930s, the same sort of laws were being developed in Germany. It's called fascism.
A rigger, ARC Tribes being prosecuted under a Howard government work choices law that applies only to the construction industry. 2 years ago, he refused to attend a secret industry inquiry into a stop work called over safety concerns at a Flinders University building site.
Oh, there's no doubt this is a groundbreaking case. It's the first time we've seen a worker dragged before the courts for standing up for their rights at work and facing imprisonment.
In a brief courtroom opening salvo, Mr Tribe's lawyer, Michael Abbott, claimed authorities had bungled the charging process and the case should be thrown out. The prosecutor then took over an hour to explain why it wasn't simple. But Mr Tribe's supporters thought it was simple enough. Despite more than an hour of verbal legal argument, the magistrate requested detailed written submissions as well. He'll rule tomorrow on whether the prosecution is fundamentally flawed and therefore illegal. Graham Hunter, 7 News.